My question is, how has your faith grown since you decided in 2015 to run for president? And who has mentored you in your faith journey?
Great question.
It's such a great question. You know, I've seen so much heartache and turmoil. I was a developer and I did other things, and you know, I had a wonderful life before all this stuff. I didn't know what a grand jury was. I didn't know what a subpoena. What is a subpoena? I had a wonderful life. I'm so glad. They asked me the other day a little different question. Are you glad you did it? You had a great life. Are you glad you did it? I couldn't be more glad. I am so happy I did it because I've made America great. We can do it again.
At a recent town hall in Iowa, a Trump supporter asked what was honestly a very good, insightful, interesting question of the former president, and for a moment I thought he actually might have an earnest answer to it. And although Trump agreed that it was a great question, he did the thing he always does, which is just pivot to talking about how great he is. Oh, and before you think I just cut the video right before he gets to the meat of the question, just take a look at how the whole exchange played out.
As Christians, not just evangelicals. You know, when I look at the Catholic faith, you take a look at what the FBI, look at what the FBI is doing to Catholics. They've made them like the enemy. They've made them, it's horrible. How could a Catholic ever vote for a Democrat or a guy like Biden again after the experience that they're going through? But I've met some of the finest people that I wouldn't have had the privilege of meeting if I weren't president, and they're religious leaders, and they really are incredible people.
Definitely did not see that ending coming. So Trump absolutely does not even come close to answering this woman's question about his own faith and who is guiding him in that faith. But he does bring up is the rising presence and animosity of religion in political life. It's no secret that President Biden, who is Catholic, has had many, many issues with the church, which of course does not support abortion. But the rift Trump is talking about here actually doesn't have to do with abortion at all. But back in May, a document revealed to Congress that the Richmond FBI used at least one undercover agent to obtain information about traditionalist Catholics, known online as tradcaths. Specifically, the FBI's efforts were to investigate a supposed link between traditional Catholics and, quote, the far-right white nationalist movement. So this sent the religious right into a frenzy, and for good reason, I think. If you discover that your faith system or any group that you are passionately a part of is being infiltrated by the FBI, I think you too would be slightly worried, but that's just the thing. Unfortunately, this is not abnormal in our country for our security state to have agents infiltrating all kinds of groups and societies. Black Lives Matter, climate organizations, all of these are probably being heavily monitored by the federal government for their ties to various radicals. But in our partisan ecosystem, we fail to see the larger picture of how this affects all Americans, not just on the left or the right. So then Trump uses this instance to drum up hatred of Biden's administration, thus turning this whole conversation into one about partisan politics, which is frustrating, given that the thoughtful question this woman asked was literally about his faith. A perfect opportunity for Trump to give a rare message of love and compassion. This woman gave him a gift to show another side of himself, but at this point, I think we all know Trump just doesn't have that side, the side of love, charity, and compassion at all. For more of my coverage on The Breakdown, stay right here. You can watch my latest video on Fox News melting down over the word Karen by clicking on the link in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. You can follow me on all platforms at CaroJohnson917.